His name is Falbine Sarr. He's a philosopher, economist, actually musician as well. And he wrote this book where he believes now is the time where the African continent can set out for actually helping the world discover new ways to deal with challenges that we all share, whether they're economic or environmental and or skills related, and you name it. So that kind of seeing eye to eye that you describe, coincidentally, I'm reading a book of someone that takes it even to the next level and is predicting that we will see more of that exchange and the two-way street than we've even seen until today.
Great stuff, Lutz. One thing that I just want to touch on before we sort of wrap up this introductory session is technology. Both you and I, we love technology. We love how technology can empower learners and educators. One of the things that I think we're going to learn through this journey is just the pace and speed with which technology is being adopted in the African continent.
I think most of our readers and listeners will know the term leapfrogging. There's a lot of leapfrogging going on. Probably the best example is actually the phone. Landlines almost don't exist on the African continent, but the availability of mobile phones is quickly growing, is growing in leaps and bounds. And the best example probably right now is Kenya, where it has reached about 85 and 90%. And because of that broad availability and broad distribution, additional technologies can actually ride on top of it. So Kenya is actually the leader globally. I think it's still the case today in the use of e-money based on phones. It's called M-Pesa. And a lot of people might have heard about it. But the penetration of using M-Pesa, mobile money in Kenya, is way ahead of anywhere else you can possibly imagine. You can literally go into a market in Kenya and buy a can of Coke, if you must, on the market using your M-Pesa system. I'm traveling to Kenya quite often. Of course, I have an M-Pesa system as well. You can pay your friends. You can receive your salary. There's almost nothing that you cannot do with the M-Pesa system in Kenya. And again, because of the leapfrogging, the country was able I think it happened in the last 5-6 years, to actually have that widespread distribution and that very deep and innovative usage of it that we often can't imagine happening in other countries.
Super cool. Well, we're going to talk about the future of work. We're going to talk about technology. We're going to talk about technology to help learning. We're going to talk about learning at scale. We're going to meet people who are practitioners, both in the international NGO community and also locally in the global south. This is going to be really fun. Lutz, I appreciate your partnership on this. It's always fun to work with you, and great that we found this excuse to collaborate. Thanks so much for your help.
And thank you for having me. And I'm really looking forward to kind of unpacking those opportunities and stories and the deep insights into the marketplace. And hopefully our listeners will enjoy the journey together with us.
Great. And of course, happy birthday. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thank you, Chris. Talk soon.
Thanks for listening to this episode in our special season of Learning is the New Working on the topic of learning for good. I'd like to thank all our participants in this season for sharing their perspectives and the amazing work that they do. I'd also like to thank my co-curator, Lutz Ziob, who brought amazing people to the conversation and a great fresh perspective for us. If you like the podcast, please take a moment to leave us a review on iTunes or on your favorite platform. Better still, drop us a line at www.learningfuturesgroup.com and suggest an interviewee or a topic that might help us point the way to the future of workplace learning. Thanks a lot and see you in the next episode.